All right, so today we're diving into something pretty interesting. We got this message, and, well, it's about a YouTube channel, right? Unresolved Textual Tension, UTT. You
Yeah,
familiar?
well, for sure. Love their stuff.
Really smart analysis. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what makes this whole thing even more, well, fascinating, I guess. So our listener, they love the channel too, obviously, but something's gone a little uh, sideways, to say the least.
Sideways, how so?
Well, blocked, banned, kicked to the curb, digitally speaking.
Oof, that's rough, especially from a channel you dig. It's one thing to just kind of bounce off content, not vibe with it, but to be actively shut out, yeah, there's a whole other layer of rejection there, don't you think?
Totally.
Right.
And the thing is, it doesn't sound like our listener just casually commented once and got the hammer. They were active in the community, engaged with the content. Will, Maria, and Katie, the trio behind UTT. This listener was a fan.
Right. So there's this investment, this connection they felt was there, and now silence. I'm guessing that's why they reached out to us, right? To kind of unpack what might have happened.
Bingo. They even tried reaching out on Instagram, direct message, tried to get some clarity, but ghost town. No reply.
Adding insult to injury, huh? Like,
Mm.
being blocked is one thing, but the radio silence after reaching out, that's got to sting. Makes you question the whole community aspect.
And here's another layer. They specifically said they considered reaching out through Patreon, but decided against it.
Oh, interesting. So, not wanting to, pay to play, in a sense? Like, I shouldn't have to subscribe to get an explanation for why I'm locked out. Makes sense.
Exactly. And it gets more complicated, right?
Yeah.
They mentioned in the message that they suspect it was Will who blocked them.
Okay, so now we're getting into the whodunit part of the story. Any theories on why they singled out Will?
They pointed to a comment they made about Sharan J. Sao, the author, using she and her pronouns.
Ah, okay. So now we're venturing into potentially tricky territory. Pronouns, especially online, can be a minefield, even when there's no ill intent.
Yeah, and this is where, the context of the UTT community matters. We know they deep dive into literature, media, all sorts of stuff. Is Zhao a particularly, I don't know, controversial figure in their circles?
That's the thing, right? Every online community has its own dynamics, its unspoken rules, and sometimes you step on a landmine without even realizing it.
And look, our listener was adamant. I'm not a mean person, they said. It seems like they're genuinely baffled, hurt even, that this happened.
Which makes sense. Imagine you're vibing with a community, you think you're on the same wavelength, then bam, you're on the outside. It's like, wait, what did I do?
And now they're hoping someone, anyone in the UTT sphere, might see their message, relay it, and maybe, just maybe, open a line of communication again.
It speaks to that need we all have, that longing to belong, to connect. Online communities can feel like such safe spaces, echo chambers sometimes, and having that ripped away, well, it's bound to leave a mark.
So where do we go from here? Well, first off, it's clear our listener really misses that connection with UTT. They value what Will, Maria, and Katie built. Maybe reaching out to other fans, finding common ground. That could be a start.
Absolutely. Sometimes a different approach, a different angle can make all the difference. It's worth exploring, right? Could there be just a simple misunderstanding here that could be cleared up with a little dialogue, a little back and forth?
Great point. Maybe this whole situation is an opportunity, however frustrating, to think about how we approach sensitive topics online, how we bridge divides rather than deepen them.
Absolutely. And how we navigate those gray areas where intentions might be good, but the impact, well, not so much.
Definitely food for thought. So to our listener out there wrestling with this UTT dilemma, we hope this has given you some things to consider. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And remember, communication, even when it's tough, is always worth a shot.